It is 1967. A 9-year-old boy stands under burning stage lights in America. His father screams at him if he misses even one dance step. If he sings off-key, he gets beaten with a belt. The family lives in a tiny house in Gary, Indiana. 9 people share just 2 bedrooms, but this child has something nobody can take away from him: his voice.
But I had you to myself when I want you around. Those pretty faces always make you stand out in the crowd.
Every time he sings, the crowd goes silent. Every time he dances, people forget their problems for a few seconds, and this obsession with music helps him build the world's greatest entertainment empire. This is the story of Michael Jackson. Michael Joseph Jackson was born on August 29, 1958, in Gary, Indiana, USA. His father, Joseph Jackson, worked in a steel factory during the day. At night, he trained his sons like soldiers. Michael grew up in fear. He practiced music for hours, every single day, sometimes until midnight. But inside that pressure, Michael discovered something magical. The moment he stepped on stage, people couldn't look away from him. And soon, one small local performer was about to shock all of America. Michael entered the music industry through a family group called the Jackson 5. At first, his older brothers performed together, but once people heard young Michael sing, everything changed. Even at age 10, he had unbelievable stage control. In 1968, the group signed with Motown Records. Michael's job was simple: sing lead, dance harder than everyone else, and make audiences remember the group. He studied James Brown performances obsessively. He copied dance moves for hours in front of mirrors. But fame came with pain. Michael later revealed that his father physically abused him during rehearsals. He said he often cried himself to sleep, yet moving forward was his only option. And soon, the young boy from Indiana arrived in Hollywood. By the late 1970s, Michael realized something important. Most pop singers focused only on vocals, but audiences actually wanted an experience. They wanted music, dance, fashion, storytelling, and emotion together. Michael didn't want to stay trapped inside a family band forever. That's why he began building his solo career. In 1979, he partnered with legendary producer Quincy Jones. Together, they created the album Off the Wall. Michael invested everything into perfecting the project. Endless rehearsals, obsessive recording sessions, hundreds of retakes. And in 1979, Michael Jackson officially launched himself as a solo superstar. But this was only the beginning. Michael's first major solo breakthrough was the album Off the Wall. The target audience was young people who loved disco, funk, and dance music. But Michael added something different: emotion. Songs like Don't Stop Till You Get Enough sounded joyful and personal at the same time. The production felt smooth and cinematic. The dance rhythms felt impossible to ignore. The album sold over 20 million copies worldwide. For most artists, this would have been the peak of their career, but Michael Jackson didn't want to be limited to being just another pop singer. He wanted to become the biggest entertainer on earth, and to do that, he needed to completely reinvent music itself. In the early 1980s, MTV barely played black artists. The channel mainly promoted white rock musicians. That created a massive barrier for Michael's growth, but Michael saw an opportunity. Instead of making ordinary music videos, he decided to create mini-movies. In 1983, he released Billie Jean. The video looked cinematic, the dancing looked supernatural, and Michael's style looked completely different from everyone else. Fans couldn't stop talking about it. Soon, MTV had no choice. They put Michael Jackson into heavy rotation, and once audiences saw him perform the moonwalk during the Motown 25 special, pop culture changed forever. Michael Jackson was no longer just famous, he became global. By 1982, Michael needed an album name powerful enough to match his ambition. Several ideas were discussed during production, but Michael wanted one word that felt dangerous, cinematic, and unforgettable. Then came the name, Thriller. The word rolled off the tongue like a movie title. Dark, mysterious, exciting. And once the album launched in November 1982, music history changed forever. Michael's biggest challenge wasn't singing anymore, it was performance stamina. Concert crowds had become massive. Millions watched him live, but dancing intensely while singing perfectly for 2 straight hours was physically brutal. So Michael studied movement obsessively. He trained with choreographers every day. He practiced timing like an athlete. Then came the breakthrough. The moonwalk. Technically, the move already existed in street dance culture, but Michael perfected it for television. It worked exactly like an optical illusion. Your eyes believed he was moving forward, but his feet secretly moved backward. When he performed it during Motown 25 in 1983, audiences lost their minds. People replayed the performance endlessly. And suddenly, Michael Jackson wasn't just a singer anymore. He became a cultural phenomenon. In 1984, disaster struck. While filming a Pepsi commercial, pyrotechnics exploded too early. Michael's hair caught on fire. He suffered second-degree and third-degree burns on his scalp. The injury changed his life forever. Doctors prescribed painkillers during recovery, and according to many reports, this began Michael's long dependency on medication. At the same time, media pressure exploded. Tabloids followed him everywhere. Rumors became daily headlines. The same fame that built his empire now threatened to destroy it. But Michael refused to disappear. Instead, he rebuilt himself once again. And his next creation would become even bigger than Thriller. Ironically, the media obsession around Michael created something unexpected. Mystery. People became fascinated with every detail of his life. His fashion, his home, his dance moves, even his silence. Michael turned that obsession into demand. In 1987, he launched the album Bad. This wasn't the soft image from earlier years. Now Michael wore black leather jackets, metallic belts, and aggressive choreography. The album featured hits like Smooth Criminal and Man in the Mirror. The music videos looked like Hollywood action films. Fans copied his clothes across the world. The Bad World Tour earned over $125 million. And somehow, the same media pressure that almost destroyed Michael helped turn him into the most recognizable human being alive. But his perfectionism kept growing stronger, and soon he would attempt something nobody thought possible. By the early 1990s, music videos had become common. That meant Michael needed another breakthrough. He wanted performances to feel impossible. So he worked with engineers and choreographers for months. One major problem obsessed him. How could a dancer lean forward beyond normal human balance without falling? The answer became one of Michael's most famous inventions, the anti-gravity lean. Michael and his team patented a special shoe mechanism in 1993. The shoe locked into pegs hidden under the stage. It worked exactly like hooking a door latch into place. That support allowed dancers to lean far beyond natural balance. Michael used the move in smooth criminal performances. Audiences thought it looked supernatural. Competitors couldn't copy it properly because the mechanism required precise stage engineering. And once again, Michael changed live entertainment forever. In 1983, Michael partnered with Pepsi in one of the biggest celebrity marketing deals ever made. At the time, Pepsi wanted younger customers, and nobody influenced youth culture more than Michael Jackson. The campaign strategy was genius. Pepsi commercials looked like mini Michael Jackson concerts. His songs played during global TV broadcasts. Special edition cans featured his image. Then came the masterstroke. Pepsi sponsored Michael's world tours that connected his music directly to stadium experiences across multiple countries. Sales exploded. The partnership reportedly reached hundreds of millions of viewers worldwide. Suddenly, brands realized something powerful. Michael Jackson wasn't just an artist, he was an economy. And his fame had now become too big for traditional celebrity culture. But Michael still hated one thing. Concerts felt temporary. People experienced the magic once, then it disappeared forever. So he spent years trying to create performances that could live forever on screen. That's why he pushed music video production to insane levels. In 1995, he released Earth Song and later Ghosts. These weren't normal videos. They felt like cinematic universes. Michael combined film storytelling, advanced choreography, makeup effects, emotional themes, and visual symbolism. It worked exactly like building a Hollywood movie inside a song. Most artists failed because production costs became too high. But Michael succeeded because audiences treated every release like a global event. Then came another devastating chapter. In 1993 and again in the 2000s, Michael faced child abuse allegations. The accusations destroyed his public image. Media coverage became brutal. At the same time, Michael's health worsened. His dependency on prescription medication reportedly increased. Then came personal tragedy. His close friendships collapsed. His marriage to Lisa Marie Presley ended in divorce. Financial pressure also exploded. By the mid-2000s, reports claimed Michael owed hundreds of millions of dollars in debt. But Michael had developed a fighter mindset since childhood. Whenever pressure crushed him, he returned to performance. That's why he planned one final comeback. This is it. But fate had other plans. 1982, Thriller, the best-selling album in human history, built for global audiences who wanted music and cinema together. 1987, Bad, a darker, more aggressive reinvention, perfect for stadium performances and world tours. 1991, Dangerous, introduced futuristic sounds and advanced stage choreography. 1995, History, combined personal pain with massive cinematic visuals. In 1985, Michael bought publishing rights to hundreds of Beatles songs. That transformed him from performer into powerful businessman. By the 1990s, Michael Jackson merchandise, tours, albums, and licensing deals generated billions of dollars worldwide. Be it Tokyo stadiums or American television screens, there was only one king of pop, Michael Jackson. On June 25, 2009, Michael Jackson passed away at the age of 50 in Los Angeles, California. But death couldn't erase his impact. He changed music videos forever. He changed live performance forever. And he proved that entertainment could unite the entire planet for a few minutes at a time. Even today, millions still copy his dance moves. This was the story of Michael Jackson.